Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Cow Daily. A little bit earlier than normal. Not as early as I thought it might be. I'm just having a bit of trouble with the injuries from the bike crash, and it's causing us a few problems. So I'm just trying to get this done today, and obviously just rest all the various injuries, which would be nice. But yeah, I had a bit of a bad night last night. I was sleeping well, but last night wasn't a good sleeping one. Woke up covered in sweat for some reason. Probably something to do with the immune system healing my body. I don't know. But anyway, I see people are coming in. Nice to see you. Let us know in the comments who's in, where you're from, all that good stuff. Today, we're going to talk about filming people in public and sort of break that down a little bit. Before we do, though, in the time on a tradition, if you would like to support our work directly, please go to patreon.com/cowdaily. That's patreon.com/cowdaily. There you can find our world of riches. And if you would like to become a one-off supporter of our work, links in the description to PayPal. What I noticed yesterday as well, I'm kind of stumbling over my words again, like when I had brain fog. Bloody hell, I'm like Dot Cotton. So obviously I think I've got a concussion or something along those lines as well, because I'm a bit blip, blip, blip when I've been taught my partner as well. But it'll pass. All these things do, and we'll bash on. Never mind. Let's have a black eye check though. As you can see, it's getting better. I pulled a scab off there, the size of a 50p piece, and my cut is starting to clear up there, and that one as well too. Nice bit of yellowing, lovely. What you didn't see though, because I was so hammered with the injury yesterday that I forgot to put these up on the screen. So anyway, in 3, 2, 1, here it is. That's what the one on the left is what I looked like about an hour afterwards, and the one on the right is the next day. Looking lovely. Bike Hitler there. Wonderful times in my life. Wasn't the best, and that's just the face, wrist, knee, loads of other stuff as well, just like randomly appearing yesterday, like my nose. I thought I'd got away without breaking it. I've broken no teeth, no bones. This year I'd already broken in a fight before, so we're good. It heals stronger, so it didn't break, and that was the main point of impact. My cheek and orbital and whatever. None of that broke. Mental. Sprained wrist is doing us in today though. It took us a lot longer to prepare this show, but we're dancing on. We're cracking on. Didn't worry about that. Joanne saying, not good at all. Cap and glasses work a treat. True, they do. And fortunately, my partner fixed the sunglasses, the prescription ones that I've got, and I can wear them. They're a bit wonky, but I can just about get away with it if I'm going to the shops. Jacqueline's saying, morning, Joanne. You look like you've been in the wars, Mike. Just a bit, mate. I'll not strip off, but there's scrapes all over myself. It's a bad one. Joanne, you're saying my wrist still hurts. How long ago? And was it a bad sprain or a break? Remind us on. Yeah. So, oh yeah. By the way, this is the bang on the head. I forgot to do what should be normal. If you're watching this anywhere other than YouTube, please go to youtube.com/cowdaily. That you can click the link through from the description in this podcast. It just helps monetize the channel, and we're not very far away from that happening. It's been a lot of hard work, and your help would be appreciated. There's loads of playlists there as well, so if you want to go ahead and just click play all at the top of a playlist, an embarrassment of riches of great content and information for your ears and your eyes. Also, while we're here, shout to the MTC patrons. Some names: Ryan Jones, Russ Smith, David Rowe, Paul Veronica, Andre T, John O'Clock. The list goes on. Zoe Jarrett, and more and more. Thanks so much, everybody. When I get my wrist sorted, I'll be updating this list as more of you good people have got on board since the turn of the year. Massively appreciated to all of yous properly. Big style, and thanks for those one-off donations via PayPal as well. Love yous. Keeps us going, keeps heating the radiators, keeps food in the bellies, and that's what's ours about. So just on the Christmas Eve, bad sprain on Christmas Eve, mad. Yeah, 10 days of lower support, plaster. Oh, you got a plaster for a sprain? Mad that, like. Maybe I should go get one. Would you recommend having it strapped up and supported? We'll get back to the show in a minute, everybody. But I've decided to not strap it up and just ice it. So anyway, we'll come back to this later in the show. If you're just joining now, today we're talking about filming people in public, and the reason being is just before Christmas there was something that happened online, and there's been many things happened since. It was involving the nightclub Fabric, who has a very strong policy on that. Now, I was reminded of this when this person tweeted this yesterday. Striking workers appreciated on Twitter. We need to make it socially unacceptable to film people in public without their consent and post it online for laughs. It should be considered a real faux pas. Now, I agree in some background. So some people don't even know this, but we have done events, raves, and whatever, warehouse parties, and just general events as well. Latterly, with the podcast since 1997, and we've always had a no phones policy, and certainly not like posting things online. Now, as promoters, that costs you in the modern era in terms of like free promo, because people will take a video and go, "Here's me at Milk the Cow," or "Here's me on the dance floor here," and people are like, "Oh, where are you? Oh, Milk the Cow, you should come." And that's a hell of a lot of free promo. Sorry, my cheek just absolutely knocked there. Give us a minute. Right. So it's a hell of a lot of free promo. So basically, we banned that, and we banned it for, like, I think probably that was just a standard, because back in the day we used to like break in and do warehouse parties, and you don't really want your face all over. Obviously, back then there was no Facebook, there was no social media. It puts us in mind, right, of quite a few years ago we did some New Year's party action, which may or may not have been in a famous landmark in Newcastle. That was done a few years ago, and they got rinsed, impounded, all of that. Now, I'm not saying it was just because every single person ever was posting videos and pictures online of them posing with a bloody selfie, going, "Oh, here's me at this ever so secret famous landmark in the middle of Newcastle rave." I mean, talk about self-snitching. We need to abnormalize self-snitching, never mind just this, which is we need to make it socially unacceptable to film people in public without their consent and post it online for laughs. It should be considered a real faux pas. It should, and people should stop grassing on themselves as well, just because the way up between you having a good time at this like spicy party and you telling everybody, including the busies, about it on your social media. That's a massive problem in the scene. It's a huge problem, and it needs to die off. It should have never like been given life, but for some reason, people think that something didn't happen in their lives unless they're posted online. Now, Fabric here posted this a few years ago, and what it says is "Stay in the moment," and they've got these on around the club. No phones, no cameras, no unauthorized photos or video. And what they're saying is Fabric is London's home for underground music, always aiming to create a feeling of self-expression on the dance floor. As we approach reopening, we're introducing a strict no photo and no video policy at the club. Stay in the moment and put away your phones. Enjoy the night. Absolutely fantastic. Like, I mean, look, at their level, they didn't really need the extra promo, to be fair. That comes from people posting everything online. But they've took a strong stand, nevertheless, and I respect them for it, which is good. Well, they also took a strong stand about an incident that we'll talk about later on in the show as well, revolving around Fabric. But there's a few examples I want to show. Obviously, I haven't shown the video itself. You can see it was posted on TikTok and then subsequently on Twitter, and it got 1.8 million views. And what it is just somebody just standing there, like, kind of nodding their head to the music, and it's a DJ who's posted it. A DJ. Like, what the hell is going on there? I have no idea. But the fact is, the lad, and it is a lad, is stood there just nodding their head to the music, enjoying himself with a bit of a blank look on his face. Now, he might be high or it might be something else, But this is the point, man, right? People are on camera most of their lives now if they're living in around cities, definitely in the UK as well. And it's nice that people get to go to spaces that they can just let their hair down and be free, because freedom is at a premium these days. So me seeing people pulling out phones and just generally doing all that, maybe it's just me being old fashioned. How you can be old fashioned when it's relative to like being on podiums off your lips and just trying to enjoy yourself, I've no idea. But why do we not just, for once, have some positive nostalgia? If you're in the rave, put your phone away, man. It makes you look boring, seriously. And whenever I would say it at our raves, I'd just feel like a little part of my soul had died. Because I was just like, why are you so like bored here at our event that you want to be all? And maybe it's not bored. I mean, actually, sorry, my cheek just went there. I don't know what it is. I can't like think or speak for other people, but just stop doing it, man. Like people are getting caught in so-called collateral damage, right? You're posting a video online, and how many times has somebody's boss at work seen somebody with their jaw swinging about? Let them be, man. Let them live. Let them get on with it. So the person here who's commenting on it, stop filming harmless people in public for internet humiliation points. This is disgusting behavior. And that is what a lot of this is about. It's internet humiliation points. It's about like getting all these views and getting a buzz from that, but like slating somebody else for like just expressing themselves however they choose. In public places of expression, it should be exactly that. As long as you're not hurting somebody else, express yourself however you bloody want. I swear to God, some of these people, right, who are doing it, like, they'd shit themselves at some of the parties we've been to or put on. Shit themselves at some of the things that have went on. But that's all good. Like, let that stay in a memory. It's better there. You don't need a picture. I mean, look at a sunset, right? The picture's never capturing the full depth and majesty of a sunset, just like it's never capturing the peak experience that you've had at the rave or at the nightclub or whatever public event it happens to be. So leave people alone. How about that? Like, just let people be and stop being well, at least having one little toe in the world of being a massive nonce. Excuse me. Oh my God. Oh dear. So yeah, I'm just pulling up another slide here, and it's around the law, and it's just something I want to set the scene at later. And this is like the bang on the head stuff, right? I've received a really decent bang on the head, like a trebuchet, right? And I'm just forgetting to put stuff in the online studio, thinking I've done it. And it was exactly what brain fog was like when I was recovering from illness. So let's hope it hasn't knocked that back into my head. I've had concussion before though, so it's probably about another few days and I'll start like operating normally. I don't want any more of them at my age though. CTE not required. I've had Vespa crashes, bike crashes, car crash when I was 17, and could really do without any more of this shit, to be honest. So this was from the thing at Fabric, and somebody called at Dodsy97. I'm not protecting his identity simply because he's such a belligerent little shitbag. What he did was, there's a well-known clubber who goes to Fabric called Michael, and he dances around in his Speedos, just loving his life, enjoying himself, goes like 3 or 4 times a month. And that's totally fine. That's like always been part of the scene for as long as we can remember. And it's one of the things I love about going out on the rave or whatever. You just see people dressed up all mad and just absolutely enjoying themselves and loving their life. And that should be protected, and it shouldn't be recontextualized, filmed, and chucked up on Twitter or any other platform for people to be absolutely and utterly vile about this person. So anyway, the DJ Posthuman piped in, everyone hating on this dancer, and the replies, I hope none of you ever come to my club night. Stay at your towny mainstream lad nights, losers. The person who posted replied, fuck off. Somebody else replies, I cannot imagine how weird you have to be to film someone like this on a night out. Like, what actually has to go through your mind? The person Dodsy replies, what went through my mind? What the fuck is this freak doing in Speedos? This is the problem. Like I mean, look, I'm not. You can't just say the younger generation or the older, and I never would, and I never do. But I have noticed this in the younger generation. Some of them are deeply conservative with the identical fucking mad ass haircuts that look like they've just walked off the set of Geordie Shore. But they're turning up in because there's like kind of crossover in like certain kinds of house music and techno now, where they're turning up in like traditionally sort of a bit West spaces, which to me though I didn't really see these spaces as a bit West, but apparently they are when like Spice Boys meet reality. Like they can't get their head around the fact that somebody's dancing around in a pair of Speedos, man. Like they're going on like ridiculous. Like again, if you had went to some of the things that we put on or went to, then you would bloody know, you would shit yourself. This is a vanilla business, man. What are you talking about? And that's one of the things that, again, it kind of never be the entire generation, but I don't know if it's about this sort of like cult of individualism thing. I don't know if it's just a young person who's like been on lockdown for 2 years and has just walked in like the middle of Fabric dance floor and just went, oh shit. Now, a bit of context is like obviously Fabric's policy is very set in stone, and what they do is they give people stickers on the way in to stick over their phones. And this is exactly what they do in one of the most famous clubs for this, probably the most famous in the world, Berghain, which is in Berlin. And it is well known that photos are not allowed in Berghain. The club has even got rid of all mirrors and reflective surfaces as well. Not great if you're having cheap beak. Upon entrance in the club, your phone's cameras will be covered with stickers, so do not think about taking them off. If you do and get caught taking a photo, be prepared to be kicked out. And rightly so, man. Like, seriously, just abnormalize this entire bullshit about filming people left and right. Like, get a grip of yourselves. Like, why on earth, right, would you ever want to mug somebody off by taking a picture of them when they're just like letting loose and being free, just so you can get views online? You're fucking dafties, man. Seriously, wrong'uns. Now, this is what the person. There was an article from Vice magazine about this. This is what Michael said. So the person in the video was Michael Peacock, a 64-year-old retired railway engineer and regular clubber who spends his days volunteering as a gardener in Lewisham. When I found the tweets and the support the author was getting, my heart sank. Peacock says he goes to Fabric 3 or 4 times a month. For him, the dance floor has always been a safe place for him to express himself and his sexuality. I get filmed all the time when clubbing, he says, of his Paris is Burning-inspired dancing style. I was never really bothered, but this incident has changed everything. I wonder how many times people have videoed me thinking, let's film this freak. That's just sad, man. Like, why can't somebody just enjoy themselves? The dance music scene has always been, like, at its best, a place where, like, multi-beliefs, multi-sexuality will all come together around the dance floor and enjoy themselves. And people should be able to do that to the fullest. Now, I don't know if this is like there's some intersection and crossover between like daft young lads with Spice Boy vibes and Andrew Tate and homophobia and just this general like look down their nose at people. I don't know if this is something to do with the fact that like social media has turned into some kind of like computer game where it depersonalizes and dehumanizes people through the lens, and that goes for the person filming, but also the voyeur and the viewer, because that's what this is. It's voyeurism. It strays into the realms of the dirty Mac brigade. Like, seriously, just because you're not dressed in the dirty Mac and just because you're doing it through a phone doesn't mean you're on some weird little nonce. This is proper nonce behavior, man. Get an absolute flying grip of yourselves. So what else? Who's this cheeky young scamp at MTC Podcast? Who could that be, getting his beak in on the 12th of 12th, 2022? And what I said to him was, you ever thought of minding your business and not film everything like some 14-year-old from Orange County TikTok addict? pointing a camera at people to mug them off on social media is proper dog nonce behavior. I'd actually go further and say it's proper dog nonce behavior, because it is dog nonce behavior. Stop pointing your fucking cameras at people when they're trying to do, like, they're not harming anybody. They're enjoying themselves. Just because you can't wrap your head around other people's sexuality yet, that maybe isn't your own, doesn't mean that they can't be out there expressing that in these spaces, which have always been rooted, I'm sorry to drop the bomb on you, via the gay scene. Weird. How about looking into the history of dance music before you turn up at Fabric? How about that? How about like just having a basic sense of tolerance and decency in your life? And it's not just about this one case. I say it all the time. People wanting to film people. Now, I'm a bit of an extremist with this, to be honest. There was I was had me photo took at by a proper photographer at somebody's club night that I know, and I asked him to delete it, and he was a bit of an arse about it, and then took me photo again. So I kicked off with them because I really believe that people need spaces now more than ever where they don't have somebody's frigging lens in their face. Like, don't hide behind this, like, oh, it's all fine, you know, it's like the law's this, the law's that. The law is an ass. Check this out, man. So this is from recordinglaw.com. The illegality of posting a video of someone in the United Kingdom without their permission comes down to how the video was filmed. If the video was filmed where there's no expectation of privacy, a public place, then it would be legal to post the video online or on your socials. So I wanted to make the distinction here. This is relevant to sort of in the streets and roundabout. But there's a bit of a difference when it comes to within clubs, because they could be seen also as like a private space. So this is from the internetlawcentre.co.uk. So as a general rule, you have a right to privacy on YouTube. So what we're talking about here is like when people go for the act of uploading something online, it takes it away from, because this is the mad thing, right? Somebody can just film you, right? Can just go and film you, and that's absolutely fine. They can keep that, do whatever they want, jostle themselves off about it. And as if you're in like a public place and they're pointing the camera at you, there's nothing you can do about it other than ask them to stop. Now that will, for me, result in like me knocking the fucker out of your hand, like, but you know, and I'm sure many of yous would feel the same. But the law shouldn't be putting us in that position. We shouldn't be in that scenario where we're going to have to take direct action and fucking knock the thing out of its face. I can't use that word. I've got to stop using that word. But this is the vibe, man. It's like you've got these cheeky bastards like pointing a camera at you, like so disrespectful. It's beyond belief. But here we are. That's the world that we currently find ourselves in, man. It's absolutely crazy. But anyway, it goes on from internetlawcentre.co.uk. As a general rule, you have a right to privacy on YouTube. A breach of privacy could lead to legal action and an award of damages against the publisher. This means that if someone posts a video of you on YouTube without your consent, in many cases, you will be able to have the video taken down on the basis of a breach of your privacy. Whilst it might not be unlawful to film someone in a public place, publishing that video could breach their right to private life. There is a distinction between filming and publishing. So whilst it might be legal to film someone in a public place, the legal position could change if you upload the video to YouTube. But let me tell you this, good people, or bad people at least, if you do any of this, you're a grubby little dog nonce. Like, leave people alone. Like, this is a real problem. I think social media has like really reprogrammed people's brains into being proper little dog nonces and having some like really West set of morals. Here it is. Breaking news. If you point a camera at somebody without their consent, then you are a grubby little dog nonce. If you stick it online, then you're nonce Rottweilers, the biggest dogs gang, the worst crack going. Leave it alone, man. And like, honestly, the way people are going on, like about like your Michaels from Fabric of this world, let the man live. It's mind your business. So there's another one here, and obviously I've like people are saying stop filming people without their consent to make fun of their bodies challenge. Now this is a quote tweet from another DJ, right? Who's posted pictures of women who are I don't even want to say overweight because people can be whatever the bloody want to be. Do you know what I mean? It's not for me to say what's overweight and what isn't. Like, stop pointing your picture at people and posting it online, you grubby little dog nonsense. Seriously, man. Like, I just don't understand. You're getting some weird, like, voyeuristic charge out of it. Before social media, you were wearing the brown max and hanging around public bogs. That was you. Same energy. Abnormalize this shit. If you see your mates doing this, stop them doing it. Pointing it at people and going, look at these. I blame Coke taking over in the rave, me. Like, fucking would never, anyway, for social media guidelines. But I think that's a big part of it too. Coke is stripped away, like, empathy, and it's normalized being a horrible, horrible bastard, which is why it's a proper dog nonce drug. Unless, of course, you take it once in a while. But it is a dog nonce drug, like, done to excess, especially when all it does is just fan the flames of your bad character. And this is what we see manifesting on, like, Sunday mornings all the time online. People taking the piss out of people, enjoying themselves. Like, you're going to, like, what's going to happen is the clubs are going to be just empty and it's just going to be full of rotten little dog nonsense filming each other. I mean, the clubs are already on the arse enough without this shit, man. Like, seriously, shut up. So this is a really good point, and this is from @BingeZoe on Twitter. Can we fucking stop just filming people acting slightly unusual and posting online for the purpose of public mockery? Like, are we not capable of taking a step back and realizing how disgusting this sort of thing is? Word. BingeZoe goes on, people should have the right to be extremely cringe as long as they aren't hurting anyone. Normalize being cringe, normalize being uncool. This is just the thing, man. It's like, everybody should have a place in the rave, man, or wherever it is, like any public space. Like, if you really want to film somebody, go over and ask them. Like, I know but that's the thing. That's not your point, is it? That's not what you're trying to get out of this. What you're trying to get out of this is, like, ridiculing other people, and, like, blowing somebody else's candle out doesn't make yours burn brighter ever. But I've seen too many people over the years, like, pretend like they're some kind of top raver when really they're just a horrible little dog nonce, lobbing that beak up your nostrils and posting shit online like it's some kind of fun. Fuck you. And I mean, I don't need to say it, but I've said it many times before. When our events return, and they will, if that's you, stay the fuck away. Anyway, I just wanted to end on a positive, and it was you see the top that I'm wearing, an absolute banger in it, banger, absolutely lush in it. I'm not a Preston North End fan, but one of the nicest lads, and I've never met him either. It was a little while ago, when I was wasn't very well for quite a long time. Randomly just got in touch via Twitter DMs and says, "Look, I want to send you a top, just cheer you up, and you've given so much and want to give you something back." And I swear to God, and I've never said this to him, but it made us cry because I was at a real low ebb. So I just want to give him a shout out. And he specifically didn't want us to, but, like, this is out of the measure of how lovely these people are. Thank you, Michael Brown. It's 909.store. NINEOHNINE.store. Really great stuff. And if you wanted some of the best ever custom five-a-side football jerseys, he's your kid. Also, he does free UK post and packing. Michael, I love you, mate. I hope we'll meet one day. Maybe we'll do a gig in Preston, or we'll see each other at something else. But I just want you to know how much it means to us and how much it meant to us. Just, like, random stranger, like, I know you're down, mate. Yeah, I'll send you this. What a lovely thing, eh? Just what a lovely, beautiful person. Thank you. And also just another mention to the people at torm.cc, torm.cc. great quality gear. And again, same again. They randomly, unconnected to Michael, got in touch and says, look, can I send you something just to cheer you up and all of that? And seriously, again, it made us cry. It meant the world to us. I was at the time just so ill and feeling so guilty that I wasn't getting all the projects done that I wanted to get done. Obviously, I couldn't help that. But it just, the kindness that these good people have shown, like Paul and Al and Michael, man, like others as well, they stank so much, and I'm always going to be grateful, man. Thank you. Before we do go, we'll take some comments, just see some reaction from today. Right, what else? What we got? Lots of lovely people like saying how lovely Michael and Al and Paul are. It's Jez, Jacqueline, Kirsty, and others. Right, I'll just pull up, see what we've got. Kirsty Smith is saying our end has a promoter who beans you. If there's a gun and a pick, they get Mr. Beanface to cover. All right, so I'll put the Mr. Beanface over. That's pretty cool. Just whatever works. Jez Hunt is saying, I'm not sure these prudes would cope with a club from back in the day. I saw folks living life wearing barely more than paint and glow sticks, and good on them. Should be a world of freedom. Exactly. You've been to the same things that I've been to, kids. You've probably been to some hours, and you absolutely know exactly how the rave's supposed to be. Jacqueline is saying, how many people are thinking the same now and are put off from going to these places? I am. And I'm a bloody promoter, and I've been for a lot of years. I don't want to go to these places where people are going to stick. I don't want to like have to slap somebody or like get into some altercation like I've done before. I don't want to do it. Like, just stop pointing that shit in my face, or ask and I'll say no and I'll give you a fucking fist bump and it's all good. But definitely be pointing shit in my face. I also don't like being touched without consent either. Like, and like, yeah, like if I know you, it's all good. But like, you know, it's just I need to get to know you first. And even now with the COVID stuff and whatever, I'm even more like don't like being touched. Always been the same though, and it's like that's totally fine. Like just so much I respect the huggers, but we'll work it out, won't we? Through dialogue and respect and communication. Simple as. Oh man. Right, what we've got. Kelly Day is saying technology is meant to advance the human race. Some of it just highlight how far we've yet to go. Absolutely spot on, mate. And I think that's a really good comment to leave it on. Just a bit of housekeeping. I'll be posting these shows on the evening, 7 p.m. every evening, badged up and whatever. So if you could get involved in that and share them. It's for the evening crew, but also it's a good way of helping me get monetized quicker. Thumbnails and all that make a difference. So yeah, thanks everybody for all your help and your support to that end. It's massively appreciated. And if you could watch all of this on youtube.com/Cow Daily, that will help. Also, if you want to support our work directly, patreon.com/Cow Daily. That's patreon.com/Cow Daily. God knows how I got through that. I'm in agony. Right. Pain relief, ice, 3 different ice packs, and we'll crack on. Remember, back on Thursday, Wednesday's the regular like day where I take office day, and I'm hoping to get some of these things uploaded to Patreon that wanted to be getting done over the Christmas, got ill, and then needed a rest, and then had a bike smash. So we'll fucking get it done eventually. Jesus, man. But anyway, we got through it. Thanks for being here again, chaps. All the love to you. And sorry it was a bit earlier today. I just couldn't stand waiting with the pain and that. It's been a lot, but we've got another one done, and we'll keep cracking on. All the best. See you Thursday. Bye-bye.